All right, people, let's get this stream started, shall we? Welcome back. Welcome back to another one. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, guys. Let's talk about what we just saw between Duke and Siena. So this is a good game. This is a really good game. Um, Pretty big wake up call, all things considered, because I kind of joked about it a little bit where, um, number one seed, it doesn't even matter because we've seen number one seeds in the past lose games like this, where the other team has nothing to lose. And clearly they had nothing to lose too, because I think one stat that kind of affected the outcome of this game that cannot be ignored: playtime. Their starting five was on the court for the majority of the game. Only at the very end did subs come in. And so I think this game was freaking awesome. And so let's roll into it. I'm glad you guys are here. If you like college basketball, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But let's get into it, guys. I got nothing much else to talk about other than let's do the review. So some things that I saw from today, notes wise, in particular. So I came in at halftime because I was too busy watching my bracket just absolutely shatter um, with Wisconsin and Highmark. I had Wisconsin getting all the way to, I believe, let me see if the official bracket. Let's go to the official bracket. I had Wisconsin getting to Arkansas here in the round of 32, and either team, because Arkansas and Hawaii are live right now. They're playing right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, easy. I'm not trying to watch a game. No. Swipe out of that. Vandy is up 60 to 68 right now. That's what that's talking about. But so this Arkansas Hawaii game, I picked Arkansas, and then out of Arkansas and Wisconsin, I said, hey, whoever wins, they're going to beat Arizona. And so in one of my brackets, yes, I delusionally picked Wisconsin to get here to the region final and then play Gonzaga or Purdue and end up losing. But we don't need to talk about that right now. We do not need to talk about that right now. So, but what? So what else? What else? What else? So that's not what this is about. What we're here to talk about, sorta, is some of the action. We got to talk about some of the today's action so far, and some of the scores from today's games, because so far we have seen four. Oh, so Louisville. No way. Okay, I think South Florida led this game. I don't know by how much. Damn. Okay. Somebody blew a lead in one of these games. It was either I don't remember. Like the Siena one, duh, obviously, because at one point, I mean, if it will show it through the box score, I believe the lead was up to 16. Largest lead. Where's the largest lead? Oh, it's just 13. It was just 13. They led for 71% of the game, which is absolutely crazy. But no, I think so. Yeah, I watched the end of the High Point Wisconsin game, so I didn't see the first half, but I did see the halftime score of the 43-32, and I just instantly it's just kind of like, okay, so it's gonna be like that, just because. I mean, I think I'm not gonna guess anything, but there's parts of me that think that Duke overlooked its opponent, which is why they got caught up in the situation that they did, where, oh my gosh, these guys are not messing around. Now, one thing that I will, because you do have to bring it up, was the shots that fell in the first half for Siena to help them gain that 43-32 lead those shots did not translate in the second half. I mean, at one point in the start of the second half, they made one field goal, and not field goal as in, I think this includes free throws as well, but they made 1 of 8 shots, and then at one point too, after the Siena 3, because Duke started to go on a little bit of a run too. They made a 3 ball, and so they were shooting 2 for 11, 2 for 13, something around those stats. I don't know the exact stat, because it popped up in a graphic. Oh, huge block by Arkansas. Here we go. Turn around, alley-oop. Oh, and a dunk. Jeez Louise. Arkansas is running away with that in the first half. It's 36-54, 68-60. There's 2:30 left to go in the McNeese-Vanderbilt game. The first half for the Michigan State Spartans-North Dakota game is wrapping up. And then in my other corner, we have The Price is Right. Because we just do. That's why. Because The Price is always right. No, let me go here to... Let's solve some things. Hold on. So the McNeese game is the closest one to an end. So we might even, in fact, in this stream be able to talk about that game. I don't know. Give an initial reaction to Vanderbilt or McNeese, whoever wins this one, because Vandy is up by 8. We might, by the time this stream is done, know the final score to that one, unless they start fouling each other at the very end, and, you know, we go to the line, shoot 2, go to the line, shoot 2 for the remainder of that. But other things in the second half as well, with them only making 2 buckets out of 13 shots to start the second half. The other big thing that I noticed was Duke's momentum, because it kind of felt, the other thing too is, are there any cool photos? Would it show a photo? I don't think it's going to show a photo. Let's do, actually, in fact, let's do, we got to talk about the 3-pointer too, because the other thing is, I think this is another big reason why Duke got down so big. 5 for 26 on the 3 ball. I'm telling you right now, with TCU, because I did not pick TCU to beat Ohio State, I was kind of running on the Buckeye bandwagon with Thornton that Buckeyes would get to the second round, beat TCU. But if Duke turns around tomorrow and they shoot 5 for 26 against TCU, we're going to see one of those 9-8 seeds upset a 1 seed. It's going to happen. I think the other thing, too, with this and Duke is this game showed that Duke is very beatable and very, very vulnerable. I mean, a 12-loss team was putting Duke's on skates. And Duke didn't even get the lead till about 7 minutes remaining in the game. Duke had the lead when it was like 10-8 or something like that. But then Siena caught some fire, took a huge lead into the half, and then slowly the lead got chipped away. Because right here, when you look at the percent, Siena led for 71% of the game. But there's parts of me that think with how vulnerable Duke looked, because there were a couple shots, there were a couple foul opportunities and ones that Siena made, because Duke was in foul trouble as well with some of their players. It kind of looked like, okay, something could be building here, because it's not like Duke came out super hot and immediately cut the score to 1 or tied it like in the first 2 minutes, 3 minutes of the second half. Like, Duke went on their 11-0 run. They started to gain momentum, but then after they cut it to 1, Siena went on their own little run and extended the lead back to double digits. And then it took a clutch 3 by Evans to cut the lead back down to 1 again. And then just some boozer magic there at the very end, which I believe, I don't know what the final stat was. It's probably not going to be here, but they did show it, that at some point in the second half, and again, this is when Duke did tie it and take the lead, the field goal percentage for like the shots and the misses, Siena only, up until that point, and I believe this was when there was like 3 minutes left in the game, 4 minutes left in the game, coming out of that final commercial break, 6 shots out of 25. Like, bro, I can't even, like, just tough sledding. But um, that's how it went, though. That's how it went. And then Duke climbed all the way back into it. Boozer had 22. Let me see other big players and how many points they had. Evans had 16. The other Boozer had 19. He stepped up big because there was another player for Duke that went down, and so this was his first game. So good job to him. But yeah, Siena had Duke on upset alert. Let's go look at other scores around the league. Troy and Nebraska. I had no clue how this game went, but I'm going to assume 41-25 in the first half and then outscoring them 35-22 in the second half for a 76-47 win. I don't think this game was close at all. I'm just going to assume this game wasn't close at all because I was too busy watching this one. Yeah, this one, oh my gosh. There was parts of me because I was curious, and a lot of me was like, why the hell is Purdue a 2 seed and then Miami, Ohio has to be one of the first of 4 teams? There was parts of me within the committee that, because I'm not going to lie, I don't know ball. Did I watch any High Point games this year? This is how many I watched. How many Wisconsin games did I watch this year? Also this many. And there's parts of me that think, like, with the committee of how many, whatever's on the board, that's the word that I was looking for. There are parts of me, because again, they're paid the millions of dollars to watch these games, but with how many games they watched for High Point or Wisconsin this year, there's parts of me that they knew because of looking at Wisconsin's track record and how many like clutch games that because they beat this is Wisconsin's biggest year, so they could just lift a banner if Michigan ends up I can see the memes too. So if Michigan wins the national championship, they could hold a banner up saying, hey, we beat Michigan. Remember all the way back in January when we beat them? But I think that's their most quality win. Because other than that, look at all these ranked losses. Ranked loss. There's a quality ranked win. There's another quality ranked win. Oh, okay. So they could ball. They could ball up a little bit. Oh my gosh. And then they beat, whoa, what the hell? Then they beat Purdue as well. Okay, maybe. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, what the hell? Maybe High Point. High Point's got that dog in him. And then High Point, I saw. How many quality wins did they have? And again, none of this really, yeah, okay, I figured. None of this really matters at all because it's like, again, all the quality wins, top ranked wins for Wisconsin, they lost. It doesn't matter, because it came down to like the ebbs and flows of that game. Damn. Well, all right. That's super funny. That is super funny, actually. But there's just parts of me with like the committee and them watching the games because they know all the games. There's parts of me that like they knew, hey, if we put these two teams against each other, this is going to be a good game, and High Point could upset them. Because I don't know. I just think when we get into the grass and the weeds here of like TCU against Ohio State, High Point against Wisconsin, this one, St. Louis and Georgia, parts of me just think like, and then Michigan's playing later today too. Yes. There's parts of me that like the committee that has watched it all year and watched basketball all year. They know, hey, majority average, normies when it comes to college basketball, they're going to have no clue how High Point's going to play against Wisconsin. Because other stats that I don't know of is like, what was High Point's, like, what was their key to their team? Was it like their defense? or their offensive production in shooting? Was it, fast break? Was it takeaways? Was there a big key indicator of like, this is why this team was good all year? I mean, for hell's sakes, they only lost 4 games. But again, me as a normie, average basketball follower, where I don't follow basketball till the football season's over, it's like, dude, I have no clue what made High Point High Point. And other teams like South Florida, Louisville, Vandy. The only reason why I know more about Vandy recently is just because of their SEC tournament. But if you look at social media, the teams that have been talked about all season, Michigan, BYU, Houston, Duke, Nebraska, Wisconsin for that split second when they beat Michigan. So, anyways, but yeah, so High Point beat them by 1 point. Nebraska and Vanderbilt are going to play each other, so that's looking pretty good on where's my bracket? View a bracket. So I had, where's that part of the bracket? So I had Clemson and Florida, and then Florida winning, and then Vandy playing. So this is looking correct. I picked VCU. I'm still gonna sit by VCU. I think and then I picked Illinois, picked St. Mary's, and then I picked Houston. So the round of 32 starting to shape. Duke and TCU. Wow, this is getting away from them. 54-39. Look at that. That's getting away from. Arkansas is going to go beat the hell out of Arizona. If this is, because 1 win, 2 wins, you get 2 wins under your belt. I think Arizona could beat Villanova or Utah State, but have it be one of those typical, the 1 seed barely beat the 8 seed, and then here comes 4 seed Arkansas, where it's like, we beat you by 15. Yeah, that's what that looks like it's going to be. All right, people. Let's see what other scores do we got to talk about real quick. So TCU beat them by 2 points. Damn. This Vanderbilt game, though, from what I saw, it was not close. We're under 1 million. Under 1 million brackets remain perfect, which again, 23% of the brackets could have just went if Duke lost to Siena, which again with the Arizonas, dude, have we learned anything? Look at all these Arizonas. Have we learned anything? Arizona's gonna come up short in one of these games, dude. They've just, yeah. Where is? Here, let me show you the McNeese Vanderbilt game. Which again, people, if my mic is hot, super sorry for that. I forgot to double check my I'm realizing I'm leaning closer into the mic and talking into the mic closer because we got a truck going by. Largest lead. Oh gosh, both teams had 11-point lead and then a 12-point lead. Oh, okay. I might need to rewatch highlights or something, get the full scoop on this one. 38-35 at halftime. And then 40-33 in the second half. All right. Okay. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. That is the early slate of games. Vanderbilt moving on. Duke escaping upset. Nebraska taking business. High Point being one of those 12-5 upsets. It makes sense that it was this one though, because a lot of people were picking High Point. A lot of people who know ball a lot more than me were picking High Point. And then TCU taking care of business against Ohio State. How did this game turn out? Bruce Thornton only had 10 points. Oh, geez, that's bad. Well, Oh well. All I can see down here in the corner, it looks like it was tied. And then it looks like TCU took the lead very, very late. Alright, guys. Well, we're going to end the stream here. I thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We got some other good games coming up. We're halftime at the Michigan State versus North Dakota. Again, this is a 20-point lead. Do I think it will end a 20-point lead? Probably not. Just because, I don't know. North Dakota is probably going to come out in the second half, fight a little bit, get involved. Where it's like, come on, boys. But, yeah, 54 for 36 this game. I don't want to say it, and I don't want to speak too early, but these games are over. You got a 20-point lead, and then you got a 18-point lead. No. And this one just ended. Yeah, that's our slate of games. Who's next up? So these games need to end, and then the next two games will start. So we could, in fact, yeah. I don't think Howard can beat Michigan. I don't. I can see an upset here because of BYU's injuries. I've talked about that before. And then I'm picking St. Louis stupidly. So again, some of the people who I predicted today, I had Duke, South Florida, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Houston, Ohio State, Gonzaga, St. Mary's, Illinois, St. Louis, BYU, Michigan, VCU, Michigan State, Arkansas, and Vanderbilt. That is who I predicted today, just so you guys know, like when I come on here and be like, oh shit, why did I pick Houston? Because, Idaho made a buzzer beater. Now you guys know why. So, anyways, we are going to end the stream here, guys. I thank you all for hanging out with me. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next stream.